Well, the Sunshine Cafe really is like one big huge hug, and it's the highlight of our month really.
She sometimes thinks I'm a cat, because we have a cat, so she sometimes thinks I'm a cat, or I can be her brother, I can be anybody. We think it's just funny.
Sometimes when we're here, she'll just sit and she'll have her eyes closed, and if you try and engage with her, she'll keep her eyes closed and talk to you, but she's not really fully engaged. When the weather's bad and we're stuck in, she gets a little bit frustrated. It'd be the same four walls, the same routine. I've done this once. Oh, haven't we done this?
Sometimes if we take her out for a meal somewhere and people just look, stare. Mummy, Mum,
Beautiful.
do you like the cafe at church?
Yes, I do.
I think everybody has a laugh and lots of fun, and there's no judgment.
We offer coffee and cakes because the word cafe kind of conjures that up as an expectation, and certainly the way the cafe is set up is like a cafe. But really, it's about sociability, it's about social connection.
Singing the cake and people coming round, that's what she definitely likes about the cafe.
Once they've arrived, they will go and have tea and coffee and cake. And on the tables will be word search or word games of some sort. I was once asked if the puzzles were put out in order to cognitively stimulate people living with dementia. And whilst they do that, no doubt, that really wasn't the reason as such. It was to offer a focus, something to pass time, something to stimulate conversation. After coffee and cake is finished, we'll have the results of the quiz announced.
Number 8, David Bowie.
We've had lots of stories in our time as a Sunshine Cafe where people who haven't made anything for a long time have made cards for grandchildren or have decorated something or coloured something in, and all done in a sociable environment where the volunteers are crafting too and happy to help and explain what's expected. So that's, I think it's about the making, and it's also about self-esteem and the satisfaction of producing something and taking it home.
What's different about it to other clubs that we go to is that they think about the carers as well as the people who have dementia. People on the craft counter, for example, because at the beginning I used to go with Graham and say, come on, let's have a go at this, and I'd sit with him. And then later on, they said, do you want to go off? I go, oh, you sure? Yeah, we'll look after him, don't you worry. So that's really good.
Yeah. Right. We're going to start a new one.
You want to do another one?
Write your name. Capital J.
Your name.
When you go like that, then you make your cross in the middle, don't you? Oh no, then you do that, don't you?
Where you put the little R, you haven't done it yet. Come on. I'm getting tired. Yeah, I'm going to sleep in a minute.
And me.
Okay.
Lucy, the hand masseur, is a beauty therapist who works in the area. People are nearly always at the table having their hands massaged, and the conversation is flowing. It's a relaxing and very comforting experience.
She always has a hand massage, which is lovely because it's tactile.
Every day is quite stressful, really. Yeah, you're always on your guard, always watching what's going on. But there, I can just be me. So I get a great deal out of it.
Just one out.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
I'm waiting for Apple to have a hand massage. We're just having a relax.
Polishing. Oh, that feels better.
Any exercise is valuable both in minimising the effects of living with dementia and for the well-being of care partners. And seated Pilates is especially popular. I mean, most people will attend. Eloise, the Pilates instructor, is sharing exercises that can be taken away and done at home in a chair. Well, she's a very good instructress and she engages and is careful to make sure that what she chooses by way of exercise is tailored to the abilities of the people that are there and makes it interesting. I can remember the Commonwealth Games, for example, where we were seated in our chair at Sunshine Cafe at St Chad's Church, but we were swimming, we were pulling bows, we were throwing javelins. And it's that I think is a particular gift, is to help people to exercise and make it fun. When Coco comes, the interest in the dog is amazing, and the joy it brings. You know, people are talking to Carol but stroking Coco. And we always check and make sure that nobody's concerned about a dog being in the hall or allergic, for example. Almost from the outset of the Sunshine Cafe, we were intent on being operating in a person-centred way. And you can't be person-centred if you don't know about the person to begin with, and you don't know what they like or dislike and what their preferences are. So we committed to doing this survey last year, and the response rate was astounding, really. So we then used those to shape the future of the Sunshine Cafe, really, so that the whatever happens in the Sunshine Cafe reflects what they want, which is what we're about, really, is to offer a service that's tailored to their needs.
What was really good last week, for the first time, there was this little group of men who went and played darts, and it was just like old times, you know, when the men went off and did their thing and the women, natter. I haven't had that for a long time. So that was brilliant.
We just chat about football and that. Well, Ray's an old professional footballer. Well, I say old, I mean I should say an ex-professional. Played against Georgie Best, Ray did.
He was destined for me to mark him, but mark him I did, or try to. We ended up being beaten 8-2, and he scored 6 goals. Now, if I do sign his autograph, I always put 6 of the best after it.
Hello. Having you having Maureen?
600.
The raffle may or may not take place. It's a bit of a moving feast.
Daisy, give me your answer to. I'm half crazy, all for the love of you.
What never ceases to impress, really, is the way in which some people who are living with dementia, who maybe have lost a lot of their communication skills, become enlivened by a particular song and know all the words, sing all of the words, and clearly, just by observation, they are enjoying themselves as they do.
Graham absolutely adores the singing, don't you? You enjoy singing and dancing with the people that are there.
Don't know if it's brown, and you can't trust a special like the old time couple when you can't find your way home. We've got some great news going on over here.
Me and Marion run the Dementia Cafe, the Sunshine Cafe. We meet every Wednesday all morning where we go through everything that's gone on, what worked, what didn't work. We're constantly working at improving the cafe, seeing where things could be run better. We look at training, we look at safeguarding. We work very hard on the planning and we make contact with funding bodies, anything like that will make things better. We benefit from the website's information from Alzheimer's and Dementia UK. We have an Alzheimer's advisor come to cafes when they're able to provide one, but all our funding is entirely independent.
The bare bones of the cafe is laid out for us by a gentleman called Martin and his family who come the night before and put everything out for us. We kind of then fine-tune it to whatever's happening at the cafe that day. The cafe's kind of environment is created by using the same things over and over again. We have the same table covers, the same decorations, they have menus to write about what's for lunch. The crafts are already organised usually, and 2 or 3 of our volunteers kind of stay with the crafts month in, month out, and they sort out whatever resources we might need in order to do those successfully. At 10:30 we open and we greet people. All the volunteers wear name badges and the members and people living with dementia wear badges too, which really helps a great deal in terms of connection. There have been discussions about should the person living with dementia wear a different badge, and we have resisted that always. The only difference is that the volunteers' badge is yellow and the members' badges are red.
I will come in early with my husband and we'll make the sandwiches because that takes quite a long time before the other cafe volunteers arrive. And then once the other people are in the kitchen, I'll go out and circulate, and at that point it's a case of talking to people, looking out for anybody that seems to be having any trouble or difficulty, making sure everybody's got their drinks or cake, whatever it is they want, and just generally being a host. I think just as you would have somebody visit you in your own home, you would want to make sure they were comfortable, they were sitting somewhere comfortable, they had what they wanted and they were included, and it's just doing that really. And then at the end, there's a lot of clearing up to do, including washing up. There's always a lot of washing up.
My official role is first aider. In fact, there's hardly any first aid to be done. So in practice, my main role, I think, is the waiter going around giving people cups of tea and coffee and stuff, chatting with them, trying to make them feel at home if they're new, helping them in any way I can. Yeah, and it's grand.
No running. When will you leave?
Anything. Thank you.
Malcolm, my husband, said he would be happy to work in the kitchen, and so he did the level 2 food hygiene training, and then I did that as well afterwards. And we also had to do some safeguarding training. There are monthly meetings anyway, and there's always a bit of training involved in that. We've also done a dementia bus virtual reality experience, which was to get you to understand a bit more about what things might feel like.
We are really fortunate to have a wide range of skills and knowledge within our volunteers.
Chocolate cake.
And they are really able to turn their hand to most things. And when we decided to trial offering lunch to our members, we had already got somebody who was very keen on preparing food and serving food, and so Anne puts together a sandwich lunch with fresh fruit and cake and crisps for our members, and we did that to try and remove some of the pressures of rushing home to get lunch when you're the care partner for somebody who's living with dementia, so that they could enjoy lunch together and then go home. And the need for it emerged really from observation. We noticed that people were getting really quite tense around about 1:45 when we used to finish at 1 o'clock. and surmised that it was just the fact that they were either into their lunch hour or about to go home and try and get lunch. So we decided we would trial offering a sandwich lunch, and that's what we did. And it's been a real success. Sometimes it's difficult to end the cafe at 1:30 because the sociable nature of eating food together and chatting and talking is well enjoyed by everyone.
The best thing for me is socialising with other people and knowing that my mum's safe at the same time.
Yeah, we go back on a high, and my sister who lives with mum says it's so different. The day is so different from then on because we had such a lovely start.
And everyone is so friendly, and we've all got problems, and it's nice to compare and talk through your problems.
And they all look so beautiful.
And it's the best thing, the very best thing that I've ever done in my life.